Hi, I'm Ryan from Sin City Sawdust, and in this video I'm going to show you how I made this super sturdy table for my new CNC machine. And it includes everything from your storage of your computer equipment, your water jug if you have a water-cooled spindle, some storage drawers as you can see here, and even a space for miscellaneous stuff, maybe tools, jigs, whatever you're looking for. So stick around, hope you like it. So last night, got all my lumber milled up, ready to go. Everything cut down to size, laid out. Open up my Festool domino, which I just purchased a couple days ago, and realized that the bit I ordered with it wasn't the right bit. So I had to run down to my local woodworker's supply and pick up a new bit, some extra dominoes and everything. This kind of says, just check your packaging and check the actual bit that's in there, that comes in there, because my packaging was labeled the one I ordered, but the actual bit was wrong. So now that that's all taken care of, I ran a couple test pieces just to familiarize myself with the domino. This is my first time actually owning one, first time using it, so I think I got it all straightened out and we're ready to start going. Okay, after cutting some of my dominoes, getting the machine all set up, the tool all set up, I did make one mistake, and I'll bring you in here closer in a second, but I just didn't cut them deep enough from the face of this leg as I wanted to. So what I did is I glued a domino into it, we'll flush trim it down, sand it down, just get it smooth again, and then we'll recut this dominoes in this leg. I'll bring you in closer here and show you how I got this set up and whether it was working for me. To some of you it might be common knowledge, but to others who are just starting out with a domino, it might be a little good insight on how to get set up with it. Okay, so how I set my domino up was I took the center of my stretcher here for my table, which is for the stretcher is 3 inches wide, so I put a mark on the center at 1.5 inches. Then I took my domino, and with the accessory plate included with it, you can use these flip up things to reference off the edge of your piece that you're using. So I flipped this up to get me a little bit closer to the edge. I took it and referenced it off the edge. Let me get this in here. And if you can see in there, let me try to get a better picture. The center of my stretcher here is lining up right about the 18mm mark. So that's what I did here to reference off my legs, because you won't be able to get close enough to the edge here. So I got my center mark, and what I did is I put my center mark in my domino at 18mm off of that, and that's where I bored my holes for my loose tenons. So now we'll just get to trimming these old dominoes off that where I messed up. I'll get them trimmed off and get them sanded down like I was saying, and we'll get them recut. Alright, so after getting them flush trim cut, sanded down, and recut, it worked out pretty well. There's a little bit of gap in here where the glue didn't really get in there, but I think it should work out pretty well. We'll cut the rest of these in the stretchers, and we'll get to assembly. Alright, so now that we got all of our dominoes cut, we'll go ahead and give this thing a little quick sanding, get rid of our marks, smooth it out a little bit, and then we'll get on to assembly. got our table base over here. I took everything out of clamps and brought it over here. Figured I'd save you guys the agony of having to watch me do that, and myself the embarrassment. Anyways, from here, this is pretty much a chassis for whatever we want to do. We could just put a piece of plywood on the top, plywood on the bottom, call it good, put whatever we wanted on it. Or what, like we're going to see me do, is I'm going to put some dividers in here and put the drawers that I had from my other workbench I told you guys about in our first video. We're going to go ahead and throw these in the middle, maybe put some doors on the sides, put some panels on the ends, and we'll have an MDF sheet on the top, which our CNC is going to sit on. So that's pretty much where we're going to head with this. So we got our two dividers in, these two right here, and they'll be used to attach the drawer slides for the drawers that are going to be in the center in here. I'm going to cut up some plywood for just for the bottoms over here. Are going to be some just some basic cabinets. They're going to be pretty deep cabinets, but we'll just put some doors on the front over there, some drawers in the middle, and then we'll get our top put on here. Alright, well, we got our MDF top on there, and I went with a 1-inch MDF. Reason being, I'm going to use the leftover stuff as the spoil board for the CNC machine, so I figured this is the best route, and it's really super sturdy. Should be good. Now we'll just go underneath here and attach it with these pocket holes once I get the right bit. That's on there. We're going to go ahead and get the CNC on here now. Reclaim my workbench. Should go pretty good. It's not. That ain't going nowhere. All right, guys. Some exciting news. I got my workbench back. Feels good to have that back. And we got the CNC over there on the new table. Looks pretty good and fits well. Thing is pretty heavy though. So we got all the drawers done. They look pretty good. Just had to cut some of them down, so I didn't get to show you that, but they work pretty nice. Nice 1/4 inch melamine FDF and MDF in there. Walnut handles. Now we're going to work on making a pull-out drawer in here. As you can see, is that computer. And then in the back there is a 5-gallon bucket for our water and our spindle. So we kind of want to make something that we can pull that out and access that bucket a little easier. So go ahead and get building on that and see how it turns out. Well, we got the drawer in here, and I had plans on putting the spindle controller in here, but I realized I didn't have enough cord for it, so it's just sitting back there in the back for now. It's a good spot for the touchscreen. Anyways, I got this to pull out, and behind here is the bucket for the water-cooled spindle. All the hoses running in there, and then our, I guess our controller box here. I got to get a male to female adapter because one of the other cords was a little bit too short for the setup I have here. So that's working good. I'm going to probably trim it out in a little bit. Drawers are all great. Got some of our bits in here already. Paperwork, all that sort of stuff. Another issue, well, I guess you'd say the only issue we really had, what I had with this besides the cables being too short, was these water lines. They were a little bit too short for where I have the bucket at. So I just ordered some more up on Amazon. I could put a link in them in the description for those. Just gives it an extra couple feet to work with because I couldn't get the whole gantry all the way to this end of the table. So I put some longer lines on there. Should work out pretty good now. Alright, now we can just throw some finish on here and call it good. So I'm just going to use a simple Danish oil to put a little bit of a finish on there, just protect it a little bit. Yeah, because here in Vegas we get a lot of dry weather, dry temperatures, so just a nice little, just seal it off just a little bit to keep it from shrinking up and expanding too much. Alright, so there we go. That's our CNC table. It was made out of hard maple, some Baltic birch. Pretty much used on the plywood, any scrap material I had laying over. Worked out pretty well. I'm not too concerned about the looks of it. I'm just telling you, this table is super sturdy. 1-inch thick MDF top on there. I got that also for a spoil board on this. Probably over here we're going to do some jig storage. I got my Craig jig in there right now, bit storage and all that in the drawers. But what I want to tell you about is this machine. Let me bring you up here. On this machine, I ordered it back in late September 2019. Called up Woodworkers Emporium here, who is local to the Las Vegas area. Called them up, placed my order. They actually gave me a call back the next day saying, hey, if you wait till October 1st, they throw in a free mini 4th axis for this. And I was like, sure, let's wait. Nothing like getting something for free. Anyways, the point of this was just to check your local places first. The online retailers may not be so quick to call you back and tell you to hold on and you can get something for free with it. So these guys, the Woodworkers Emporium is really great here in town. Any of my big tool purchases, I get it from them. So if you guys are in the Las Vegas area or even out of the area, go ahead and check them out. They can probably work something out with you. Alright, so that's our CNC table. If you guys liked what you saw and you want to see future projects, go ahead and click that subscribe button. And I want to say thank you for sticking around and watching us build it. Have a good one.